Hello everybody, welcome to another Today in the Workshop video. You might hear the wind outside. The National Weather Service has issued a high wind warning. We're supposed to get some crazy winds today, and they are warning everybody that there may be some power outages and that trees may be falling down. So I figured it's a good time to just check and make sure I'm prepared. I'm just kidding about being prepared. Trust me, I'm prepared when it comes to chopping up trees. So in the last couple of workshop videos, we've been doing some axes and refurbishing some. And in the one video, I mentioned that I had several axes, and I don't know if some of you didn't believe me or not, but I figured as long as we're hanging out in the workshop, I'd show you some of the axes I got. I've got large axes, I've got medium-sized axes, and I've got extra small-size axes. I've got very old axes, and I got new axes. I've got axes with one blade. I got axes with two blades. I've got axes for historic reenactment. I've got axes with sentimental value, like this one that we just refurbished in the last video. That was from a fly-in float plane fishing trip up in northern Ontario, or like this little belt hatchet that belonged to a good friend of mine. I've got axes for throwing. If you're still watching this video at this point, you probably have some axes of your own. And if you don't, you're probably asking yourself, why in the world does this guy have so many axes? And that's one of those questions that if you have to ask, I don't have an answer. Some, like this Collins Homestead axe, come into the shop in horrible shape, and we do our best to refurbish them. Most were made here in the US of A, but not all of them. This particular Great Neck here was made in England. Some, like these hewing axes, have a special purpose to them, and that's hewing beams, logs. These are smaller versions. Other specialty axes are ones like this here brush axe. Here's another example of a specialty axe. This is a True Temper Flint Edge Kelly Works. And not only did it have a axe edge to chop with, but it also has a hole on it for digging in the dirt. You gotta have one of these in your collection. This is a Wagner fireman's axe. Guess hatchets could be classified as axes. Here's a nice plum, and this is a small craftsman. Here's some other small hatchets. This is an Ideal. It has a chopping edge, a nail puller, and a hammer head on it, an all metal handle on it. Well, it has wood scales on it, but there you go. Here's a carpenter's hatchet. These three marble hatchets were actually originals, because if they were, they'd be worth a lot of money, but they are reproductions. This one here has a like a safety guard on it, and this one here is just a small little belt axe, and then this one here is a double bit hatchet that I've kind of spruced up a little bit. Here's a couple of small bush pilot hatchets. Some of them have stampings on them. This is a Kelly Works. This single bit has a mark on it, but it's too far gone to identify it. But the steel in this axe is incredible. I use this axe quite a bit. It's definitely a user. Here's a couple of Craftsman single bits. Another True Temper single bit. Here's one that's stamped B, B, and B. It was in pretty rough shape when I got this one, but I cleaned it up, and this one I made the handle on. A couple of more unstamped single bits. One I did a long time ago, and I painted the head, and I don't do that anymore. This one here I refurbished, and I gun blued the head. I kind of like the way those turn out. We're getting there. We're almost done. This one here is a Evans double bit, well worn. It's definitely been used. Originally, it's stamped 3.5 pound head, but as you can see, quite a bit of it's been sharpened off, so I'm sure it doesn't weigh that anymore. Another beat up double bit, unmarked. This one needs a little attention. A old Craftsman double bit. I've got several more heads that need to be worked on and handles put on them. This one here is a True Test 3.5 pound double bit head. In a previous video I had mentioned about there appears to be a axe handle shortage, and now after looking at my pile of axes here, I may be the reason why there's an axe handle shortage. So, I just kidding, but I guess maybe not that far from the truth. So anyhow, that's a few of the axes. There's a few more in the truck toolbox, and then there's some down at the cabin. Now, none of the axes that I'm showing you are exceptional. None of them are worth a lot of money. Most of them are probably, $20, $30 axes. So the point of this video, I don't know what the point of this video is. I have a lot of fun rescuing these old axes from, abuse and from rusting away someplace. And I also have a lot of fun refurbishing them and giving them as gifts to friends of mine. And every so often, I'll go out and actually use them. So, anyhow, until next time, take care. Thanks for watching, and remember, keep on trucking.